All right, here now is the Judge Andrew Napolitano, the Fox News senior judicial analyst, host of the Liberty File on Fox Nation. So, obviously, a good day yesterday for the president in many ways, as we've talked about. Right. But to Edward Lawrence's reporting, this is going to continue from here. You see what the Democrats are jumping on here, the obstruction case, in their view, not being closed. What do you make of the way this has been handled?
Oh, it is not uncommon, Connell, for prosecutors to look at the same facts and the same law and come to different conclusions about whether prosecution is warranted. That happens every day of the week. And when that happens, you present the reasons in favor of prosecution and the reasons to decline prosecution to your boss, and your boss calls it. Right. That's what Bob Mueller did. In my view, quite appropriate. The problem is that when Bill Barr revealed that Bob Mueller could not give the president a clean slate on obstruction of justice, he gave the Democrats a lifeline.
He didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to do it. That, in fact, one could argue, as I have, that under the federal rules of criminal procedure, decisions not to prosecute and the evidence upon which those decisions are based are supposed to be kept secret and can only be revealed if a judge orders them revealed. Right. By revealing them yesterday, he gave the Democrats the ammunition that you just ran the clip of.
Well, in watching our friends at Fox News and their coverage yesterday, Alan Dershowitz was on. And he, in discussing this exact circumstance, laid the blame on the special counsel, saying that Bob Mueller essentially shouldn't have punted on this issue, should have came to a decision and made that decision. And you're saying, no, it's Barr.
No, of course not. If you're going to make a decision as to whether or not to charge the President of the United States with a crime, that decision's made by the Attorney General. But the Attorney General isn't supposed to reveal, by the way, I made this decision because the people that work for me couldn't make it. They had evidence in favor and evidence against. By revealing that, he's created this can of worms for the president.
I guess it would be speculative to ask why he may have done that. I mean, he's already being criticized from some on the other side by saying, hey, this is a political appointee of the president.
This is the same thing Jim Comey did when he announced in July of 2016, we're not going to prosecute Mrs. Clinton. But by the way, here's all the reasons that we could have. This is information that is never supposed to be revealed. Why the Attorney General did this, I don't know. I'm sure somebody's going to ask him in the next couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, they'll have the opportunity if he's called to testify, which many people expected he will be.
If this whole report comes out, it only comes out if a judge authorizes it, because there are too many secret materials there that only the court can allow the release of.
Completely shifting gears before we let you go. I'm sure you saw our report a few minutes ago about this Michael Avenatti case. Holy, the extortion of Nike that he's being charged with. What do you make of all this and how quickly it came together?
It appears as though the government had a cooperating witness working with them. The cooperating witness was wired because in the criminal complaint are copious quotes from Avenatti. This all happened in the past 5 or 6 days. If it happened, if the government can prove it, as Melissa said a couple of minutes ago, he's facing 100 years in jail on the New York charge alone.
Right.
This doesn't even get to what the people in Los Angeles and Mississippi, of all places, have against them as well.
They were already looking into those things, then this New York thing kind of pops up.
They decided to release them all at the same time.
Crazy.
Prediction, he won't get bail. He'll be incarcerated until however this ends.